broadcast from the center of the universe.
Featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur Dr. Robert Zoellner and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark.
Because eventually it all comes down to you're fired, get out of here.
You know, it's okay for you to encourage them to move on if you don't like them, because they probably don't like you either.
Yeah.
They probably there's probably a job out there they will like.
Welcome into the Thrive Time Show. It's the business school without the BS. I love it. My name's Josh Merrill here. I got a couple awesome people here with me today. We've got the world's best business coach right across from me, Mr. Clay Clark.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing so good. What a good business coach.
Looks so good.
You do. Also, it's the man. He reminds me of Zorro. He's put Z's all around Tulsa. It's Dr. Z. Robert Zoellner right over there.
Hey, Josh, how's it going?
So good. And you look good.
Thank you. I feel good.
Yeah, and in the studio today, we've got a special guest.
Ooh, real special. It's not like Jerry's Kid special.
Sure, Dr. Z. It's the co-founder of BarbieCookies.com. It's Kat Graham.
Hey there, Josh.
How you doing?
Doing awesome. Glad to be here.
I noticed you didn't bring any cookies today.
Actually, I did. They're in the other room, sir.
What?
Unbelievable.
Wow.
I tell you, during the break, we're going to run and get them.
All right. So close and yet so far away.
Clay, I want to get this whole thing started. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how to sell more products and services now. A lot of people are listening right now. You own a business or you have dreams of owning a business someday. Maybe you work in a business. And at the end of the day, everything just goes to Hades if you can't sell. If you can't sell, everything falls apart.
It's hard to make money if you're not selling.
Well, and again, the only people that I know that are able to make money without selling something would be our good friends at the Federal Reserve. And they just print that money.
They're great at it. Yeah.
So we're going to have some fun today teaching everybody specifically how to sell more products and services right now.
Yep. And we're actually going to teach you 4 specific things here. How to identify your ideal and likely buyers. It's very important. Number 2, how to identify your niche. Your niche?
Niche?
I say it really funny, but it's niche.
Niche.
How to identify your niche, and your 3,
differentiated. Really.
Thank you.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it kind of smells like.
The big words I have Clay say. Your differentiated benefits. Number 3, how to create your proven and duplicable process, and number 4, how to create your guarantee.
Absolutely. Now, here's the thing: is we have Thrivers all over the world listening right now. Specifically, I'm just looking at our fun map here. We've got people listening right now in Fort Smith. We got to be at Muskogee, got Broken Arrow, Rogers, Arkansas, Ponca City. Norman, how you doing? We have people all over the planet, and we have a Thriver who asked this question. And I'm going to go ahead. Josh, do you want to tee it up here?
I would love to tee it up. We got a mailbag question here.
Okay,
Boom, let's hit it.
All right, here's the question. She writes, this is Sherry in Topeka. She writes, my husband and I own a coffee shop, and our sales are flat. We are profitable, but I am trying to figure out what our customers are thinking and how we can offer them more value in improving their experience. What is the best way to know what online customers and retail customers, so I guess there's people in online and in the retail store, what online customers and retail customers are thinking when they are on our website and in our store? So we're really going to try to answer that question. So what we have here is we have 3 quick super moves to learn more about your customers. So I'm going to kind of read off the super move, and then Z's going to kind of unpack it for us here, okay? So 1 is you want to hire mystery shoppers. People that are going to shop your business both online and offline. Z, why is that so important?
Well, it's important because whenever I walk around my store, my employees act differently, shocking, I know, than when a rando person walks around the store. So, and the key thing there is hiring them. So you need to make sure and give them an incentive so they do it, they'll follow through with it, and then they'll report accordingly. So you want someone that they don't know and they don't coming in there and going through the process and then telling you what happened.
Now, Kat, where's your new location? Where are you located? Where's Barbie? Barbie Cookies has expanded quite a bit, growing.
We have, yes.
Where are you at
We're
now?
at 8393 South Memorial Drive in Tulsa.
Beautiful location.
Have you been there?
Oh, I love it.
Okay, so when you walk in, it's just beautiful. It's kind of a shabby chic kind of decor there.
Yes.
And it's decor. It's beautiful. And have you ever mystery shopped your own business or sent in a friend of yours or ever heard feedback? You ever done that before?
I have, yes.
And what kind of stuff do you learn? I mean, what kind of good stuff do you hear, or maybe some stuff where you go, I really wish we could have done that better. What kind of feedback do you get when you hear that feedback when the employees don't necessarily know that the feedback's getting back to you?
I'm looking for several different things. I want to know how my employees are treating the customers. So is that customer service exceptional? Are they greeting the customers warmly? Are they friendly? Are they meeting their needs? Because when customers walk through the door, they want to know, hey, how are you going to meet my needs? Make me feel important.
Yeah.
I'm the man here. So that's what I'm looking for with the mystery shopper. Are they going to give me that kind of feedback that that my employees did a great job serving them?
Well, I know that like my kids, now we have 5 kids. And so we go in there, we get like a home equity line, so we have a little money to go in there to buy these cookies. And we'll go in there and you have the ice cream with it, you have the cookies. It's a neat experience. And I know that what you treat people, your whole slogan is celebrate life. It's always delicious. Barbie cookies.
That's
and,
right.
you guys truly do that. And I know it's a constant quest, but I want to read this notable quotable from our main man, Chester Cadjo. And he unfortunately passed away here recently, but he's the guy who started Quick Trip. He's the co-founder of Quick Trip.
Yeah, big deal.
My dad
Quick
used to
Trip.
work there, love Quick Trip. It's kind of a quality of life issue. You ever been like to Oklahoma City before? You ever done that, Josh?
I have, yeah.
You ever felt like these guys don't have a Quick Trip? I might go back.
I feel that way, but I'm a little Reese's guy myself.
Really?
Little Reese's.
Okay, well, let me read this to you. It says, running a convenience store definitely qualifies as war. Adversaries disguised as drugstores, gasoline stations, fast food chains, and every kind of drive-thru imaginable are entrenched on the street corners of major cities. Proof of the convenience store casualties can be seen in virtually any town. Empty retail stores that have been killed by more innovative competitors. Competition is what retailing is all about. It isn't for the faint of heart. Since businesses can change in a matter of hours or days, managers that like to mull over strategic and tactical decisions would be better suited in another industry. So I know, Z, in your business, you're an you're an optometrist, and you have 2 locations for your optometry clinic, right?
Yes.
You got the one by the Woodland Hills Mall, one off of Harvard.
Yes.
What kind of feedback have you learned over the years from mystery shopping? What are some stuff where you went, okay, boom, that's not happening again as a result of what you learned? Or what are some things where you positive feedback? What kind of feedback do you typically learn?
You get both. And so, in our office meetings, you go over the good and the bad. And there's usually some of each. And so, you want people smiling. Smiling is being nice, over trumps a lot of wrong things that they may do. So, attitude is at the top of the list, because what will happen is people come in and say, your person was, and they'll fill in the blank. And if you ask that person every single time, were you a, and they'll say, well, no, of course not. Never. And, letting them know that body language is more important or just as important as what they're saying, is how they're saying it.
Yeah.
So to make sure they're not only saying the right thing, that they're saying it the proper way. And then, just the quality of service. Is the store clean? Is the frames, the frame board's full? Or, people not talking on their cell phones? Or people not, talking about what they did last Saturday night? All those kinds of things really, good and bad.
They're huge. You're listening to the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ. We're discussing the 3 quick super moves to learn more about your customers. We're on step number 2. Watch them, both online and offline.
Now, here's the deal about this. When you're watching your customers, both online and offline, now, being real though, you have kind of a perch there at your optometry clinic where you can kind of see what's
One-way
going
mirror,
on.
one-way glass.
One-way glass, you can see.
Yeah.
Now, when I used to own DJConnection.com, I would literally go in, I'd walk out there, and the customers couldn't see me. I'm not kidding. I would sit there, and I would just, what are they doing? I would take notes. What are they doing? Who are they? Who are they? Where are they from? Why is the sales guy meeting with them in the dark? And I'm not exaggerating. I was literally mystery shopping or watching my own team sell. And the bride and groom, I'm not making this up, we're literally meeting with one of our sales guys completely in the dark.
Oh, boy.
And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Well, this new ambitious guy who was trained literally didn't flip the light switch. So I couldn't, you're supposed to mystery shop and then it's supposed to be a mystery.
Yes.
But I kind of knocked on the door and I was like, hey, buddy, your mom's on the phone, very serious situation. He's like, what? And I go, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What?
And he's like,
What?
Sorry. I'm like, just get it together. You're a beautiful man. I could tell he was troubled. I was like, why aren't the lights on? What was going through your cranium? And I didn't want to ruin his emotional state. And I said,
He could
here's
have
the
been
deal.
lightophobe. I don't know.
Well, he goes, I just forgot. And I'm like, how did he was in the dark? So weird. So I was like, hey, just run in there. Tell him that you forgot, there's a problem with the light switch. Say it should be working now, whatever. And just get in there. And he's like, absolutely boss. And I just thought for the first time, I'm going, what else is this guy doing?
Yeah.
So I sat there, and he was literally going through the contract, and he says, okay, now on the day of your wedding, we have you down for June, and he didn't, instead of saying June 23rd, to set up at 4 and to start at 6 and to end at midnight. I remember it was at Camp Lockridge, and he goes, instead of saying that system, he goes, so we have you down for June, starting around 6 over there at, and just being super casual. And all this training and all this, he was so enthusiastic, and he was telling me all this, but when I mystery shopped him, it was like an epiphany of jackassery.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just absolutely like and I felt like an idiot. You know what? The customer's not going to get mad at him, but get mad at me. I'm the boss.
Oh, yeah.
So my job is to make anytime someone does something good, it's the team's credit. Anytime they do something bad, it's my fault. But I learned a ton from this. And the other thing I want to share with you about watching people online is there's a tool we want everyone to check out. It's called luckyorange.com. And luckyorange.com allows you to watch the customer's behavior. You can see where they're clicking. You can see like what buttons they click and where they scroll down. It's a little bit disturbing, but it allows you to see what they're clicking. It's a little bit disturbing. Big Brother is watching. I'm not even kidding. Lucky Orange is straight creeper. Like it's just so, I feel bad when I use it, but it works great. You can see what people click and what they're clicking on. It's powerful. It's Lucky Orange. Check it out. Josh, I'm watching you right now on Lucky Orange.
Coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about Works. We're going to tell you the third quick super move to learn more about your customers. Also, we're going to tell you how to sell more products and services. And as always, if you're building a business and you need help, guess what? You're not an idiot. Just visit thrive15.com and sign up for your free one-on-one business coaching session with one of our business coaches. Hey, also, we got some giveaways coming up after the break on the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ.
This show is brought to you by Adobe Creative Cloud. If you're a photographer, graphic designer, video editor, podcaster, business owner, or just creative genius, this is for you. All of your creative tools, all in one place. Creative Cloud includes the entire collection of creative apps for desktop, from favorites like Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator to new tools like Adobe Experience Design. Check this out. You can create podcasts seamlessly in high quality with Adobe Audition. Did you miss the exposure or looking to create a stunning and beautiful photo? You gotta download Lightroom, okay? The latest release of Adobe Creative Cloud is here with incredible new features in Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and all of your favorite apps, plus millions of Adobe stock assets and new premium images are built right in. So you can turn your brightest ideas into your best work fast. Make sure that you check out Adobe Creative Cloud. It's at adobe.com. Once again, Adobe Creative Cloud at adobe.com.
Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ. Josh Merrill here. This is the business school without the BS. I love it. I'm joined by three amazing people. America's best business coach, Clay Clark, right over there. Hello.
You are looking. I wish that we weren't on radio right now and they could just see how beautiful you look.
Thank you.
It's overwhelming.
Thank you. This takes a lot of work. Also, Dr. Z's with us in the house. Hello.
Josh, how you doing? Hey, I want to give a shout out to all the Topeka listeners listening today. So keep it tuned.
Topeka.
That's it, like in Kansas.
Yeah, sure. Topeka, Kansas. And our special guest today from Barbie Cookies, it's Kat Graham.
Hey, Josh.
So good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so today we're talking about how to sell more products and services. But first, we've got to finish up our three quick super moves to learn more about your customers. And real quick, I just want to tell you what those were. Number one was hire mystery shoppers. Number two was watch them both online and offline, like Big Brother. It's crazy. And then we're on number three, survey them both online and offline.
Okay, now when you survey these customers, I want to make sure we're clear. There is a Harvard case case study that was published that is called if you Google right now, you go type in Harvard and you say the number one number, or the only number you need to know to grow. And it's called this concept called the Net Promoter Score. And what it does is you ask your customers how likely they are to refer you or recommend you to a friend on a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And if they say a 10 or a 9, those are promoters, people that like your business. And if they don't say that, if they say like a 7 or a 6 or a 5, then you have some room to improve. And so they're talking about this Harvard case study is if you can get it where 95% of your customers are a 9 or a 10, you win the game. And so companies, they call it a Net Promoter Score, but companies like Starbucks and Whole Foods and Apple, we all know who the winners are. Disney, they're scoring off the charts. And in the world of small business, unfortunately, we work hard and we get to like a 6 or a 7 or an 8, and we never really push to getting to a 10. So the questions you want to ask your customers are, how likely are they likely to refer your business on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the best? And you want to say, if your current product or service isn't a 10, what could we do to improve to get that to a number 10? And that information allows you to aim for excellence and to really become the best in your category. And so I'm going to go ahead and ask Kat. I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick, okay?
Sure thing.
You've got this cinnamon roll cookie.
Yes, sir.
Is it called Haley's cinnamon roll cookie?
Haley's Heavenly Cinnamon Roll Cookie. That's right.
Oof.
My daughter created that cookie.
Well, let me tell you what,
Delish.
that thing is a game changer.
So good.
Now, when you had that cookie for the first time, when did you know it was it an immediate 9 or was it an immediate 8? Did you have to improve it a little bit, or has it always been that 10 level?
It's been a 10, actually.
Are there some cookies you've made, though, you've been experimenting where they were a 7, you knew they were a 7, but you tried to work them to a 10?
Right.
You can taste the difference.
Right.
Are there members of the team over the years you've hired that couldn't taste the difference between a 7 and a 10 in terms of moisture, in terms of freshness? Are there people you've hired ever who couldn't tell like you could tell?
Sure.
And how did you know? I mean, how did you educate where everyone knows what a 10 feels like? I mean, how did
we actually have to touch it, we have to smell it, we have to taste it. I mean, you just have to walk through it. And sometimes you have to kind of get a bad one, one that's been maybe sitting for a few days, and you purposely have it set aside so they know what a stale cookie looks like, tastes like, feels like, and then one that's fresh out of the oven.
But see, your business is interesting because you see the cookies that come out of your kitchen, boom, they're made fresh every day.
Yes.
And as you're growing, because you have people all over the world now asking you, hey, how can I buy one of these? How can I open up one in my town? And as you start to make more of those in other kitchens, is it a little bit scary about the idea that somebody not you or someone not, and then your immediate team is eventually going to make that cookie?
Absolutely.
So see, I want to ask you this whole concept on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are people to refer you? Mm-hmm. How do you, because you own multiple companies, I mean, you're involved in a bank, you're involved in the auto auction, you're involved in the optometry. How do you go to sleep at night knowing that in certain areas you're not a 10 every single day, but yet always pushing to a 10? Because I see you always want to get to a 10. You always want to get to a 10, but how do you have that desire to push to a 10, but somehow know how to turn it off and keep your brain from exploding? How do you
take a lot of Ambien? That's what I found.
You're the champion of Ambien. You just down that stuff, huh?
No, I'm teasing. You just have to learn how to categorize it. How to it's there's different seasons of the day. There's different seasons of your life. There's different things you have to do. There's times I got to put on my dad hat. There's times I got to put on my husband hat. There's times I've got to put on my friend hat. Time I got to put on my business hat on the different businesses. And so you have to learn how to kind of step in and out of those and not fret the ones that you're not taking care of. You got to be where you are.
Be where you are. Oh, boom. Can we have some explosions? I mean, I just feel like that's like there's some definite explosions needed there. Oh. That's a knowledge bomb right there. Be where you are.
Yeah.
Is that a t-shirt you've still?
Are you Kim Jong-un? Are you keep firing missiles at me?
Sorry, I'm just doing some tests here. We're just for the benefit of the North Korean people.
Is this the Iran nuclear pact, I guess?
Sorry. No, but that's a big idea. So you just say, okay, I'll write down that little note about how to get better, and now I'm going to just go home and spend time with my wife and kids and family, and then tomorrow I tackle it again.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Now, Kat, I want to ask this here before we wrap up this concept here. What have you learned by watching your customers? Because you have some cool products in there. I mean, you got the ice cream sandwich. You got this whole. If you haven't been there, guys, I'm telling you, if it's hard to visualize this, but if you've not been there, you've got this historic kind of barnwood and the shabby chic mojo. It's a place where you want to marinate.
That's right.
But what have you learned by watching your customers? Because you started off in a smaller bakery. By watching the customers, what did you learn from these people?
You know, Clay, one of the most important things that I've learned is the fact that my customers want to be known.
Ooh.
So when they come through the door, they want to, number one, be greeted by name. And I think back to when I used to go to my grandmother's house, and oh my goodness, when I'd go to Grandma Devizia's house, I would come through the door and you would have thought that the President of the United States was walking through the door, or Jesus himself. She was so happy to see me. And you know what? Honestly, I want my customers to feel like they're going back to Grandma's house. When they come into Barbie Cookies, they're walking in, they're coming to get a cookie.
Yeah.
You know, grandmas make cookies.
Yeah.
So when they come in, I want them to know that I am excited to see them, just like my grandmother was.
And by watching them, you've noticed that people come back when they're greeted with a smile. I mean, that's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
Celebrate life. It's always delicious. That's your slogan.
right.
Love it. Josh, back to you.
Yeah, you're listening to the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ. Clay, I want to ask you real quick.
Sure.
From watching your customers, let's say at your business, Elephant in the Room.
Okay.
Men's Grooming Lounge. What have you learned from watching them?
Well, one is I know that people like you listening, you love the $1 first haircut. So come on in, try that, check it out. It's kind of fun because we have people that come in and they're like, is this the elephant in the room? And you're like, yeah, because we don't really market on radio, you know,
Right.
and it's more like internet and people find us from mailers. And then they'll go, is this $1 for the first haircut? Or, you know, what's the catch? Is it a mohawk? What's the deal?
And they're
And
always whispering too.
they're always, whispering, very quiet, very quiet. But they walk in, the emoji of the elephant in the room is very... If you walk in, it's kind of like a sushi bar, kind of.
Yeah.
And they come in there, and what we discovered is that when we first opened, I mean, we didn't know what we were doing. I mean, my brother-in-law, he knew hair, but we didn't know what we were doing. And we noticed that without having overhead music, it was weird. And that's why people talked like that. I'm not kidding. People would walk in, and it was like, I'm here for a haircut. Do you guys... Are you? And we would just notice it was quiet. I'm going, what's going on? It's like the DMV in this place. I mean, it was like the DMV where you sit next to someone and the chair screeches.
Oh, I love that. One of my favorite places to go.
Whenever I'm not feeling socially awkward, I just go right over to the DMV and it makes me feel better. But we noticed that without the overhead ambiance, it was a weird vibe. We also noticed without any specific lighting, we didn't have Edison bulbs at the time. We didn't have historic barnwood. We didn't have menus that clearly defined our price. So it was like eating at the Polo Grill. No one had any idea. I'm not kidding. Nobody had.
Each board had to tell a story, right?
Well, let me tell you about this board. Hey, listen. This is not just sizzle. This is true. My brother-in-law went to Hebner, Oklahoma. Hebner, as a town, Hebner, to find this barnwood from a dude who had a dilapidated barn. He brought back the wood, and have you ever had like the original old school wood?
Oh, yeah.
That's so heavy.
Yeah.
He brought that stuff back, sanded it down. I'm pretty positive he made love to each board before he brought them into the place. Then he puts them up on the wall. Hebner, yeah. So anyway, that's a true story, and I'm pretty sure he almost destroyed my wife's vehicle while picking up that wood, too. It's very heavy wood.
Boom, coming up after the break, we're going to be talking about how to sell more products and services. And listen, if you want to grow your business and you need to know specific steps to take, visit thrive15.com. We'll give you a free comprehensive business analysis where we help you figure out how to improve your sales systems, your marketing systems, and increase your profits guaranteed. Guaranteed, Clay?
Guaranteed, absolutely.
Guaranteed. This comprehensive business analysis is free. Just visit thrive15.com right now to take advantage of this special offer. We'll be right back on the Thrive Time Show.
Are you a business owner? You need to ask yourself right now, how are you backing up your files and important documents? Most businesses have no system for the files in their business. If this is you, you gotta use Dropbox. At least sign up for one of their 30-day free trials. Real talk, it's the secure file sharing and storage solution that employees and IT administrators trust. You get as much space as needed at no additional cost. You get unlimited file recovery and versioning, basically creating new versions, and valuable admin controls for secure sharing and collaboration with Dropbox for business. You got to check this out. After using Dropbox, you'll definitely feel more secure knowing that a virus or power surge can't ruin your computer and your entire business. Try full access to Dropbox Business for 30 days. Head over to Dropbox.com to get started. Again, Dropbox.com to get started.
Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show right here on 1170 KFAQ. It's the business school without the BS. I'm joined by three awesome people. We got America's best business coach, Clay Clark, Dr. Z, and our special guest today, Kat Graham from Barbie Cookies. So good, so delicious. Clay, you have a correction to make after our last segment.
Well, we had 3 or 4 calls that just came in from the good people of Heavner.
The Wolves.
The Wolves. Does Dr. Zoellner has educated me. The Heavner, Oklahoma. They called in and they said, hey, listen, it's Heavner, buddy. It's not Heavner, so Heavner. So first off, I apologize, but I want to give you a little historical lesson on this, okay? It was named for Joseph H. Heavner. I think a lot of people were I think it's kind of common knowledge for a lot of people.
Yeah.
In 1877. There's basically 3,400 people there right now. And I think that all of them just called. And so I apologize. I back off. I say, I'm sorry. I hope we can put this in the past. Heavner, we're now moving forward.
You can turn the show back on.
Yeah. Really sorry about doing that to you. But you Wolves, nobody loves the Heavner Wolves like you guys starting right now. You're my number one team starting right now.
We want to be a part of that wolf pack.
That's absolutely true. So, Josh, now I think we were able to move forward.
Now we're ready to move on.
It's in the past.
All right. That's the Thrive Time Show. And today we're talking about how to sell more products and services. We're going to jump right in here to step number 1. You must identify your ideal and likely buyers. We've got a notable quotable here. This is from Gino Wickman, the author of the best-selling book Traction. He says, identifying your target market involves defining your ideal customers, who they are, where they are. You need to know their demographic, their geographic, and their psychographic. Said that correctly?
Ooh.
I know, it's a big word for me. Characteristics. By identifying your target market, there we go. By identifying your target market, you create a filter. Out of that comes the list of perfect prospects for your organization and sales team to target.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask Z this because Z, you own multiple companies, so I'm just going to talk about the optometry clinic.
Okay.
But with the optometry clinic, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people that have eyes.
Yes.
And a lot of them have two eyes each. But who is your ideal and likely buyer? If you could pick your specific niche, who are these people?
Well, first of all, study shows about 50% of the people out there need my services. Everybody should get an eye exam, but talking about, prescriptive lens wear, contacts, or that type of thing. About half the people out there. So, and they come in all shapes and sizes and ages. But what I did a little figuring. And knowing healthcare the way that it is, moms usually tell the kids where they're going to go. Mom usually makes the appointment for her husband. And so soccer moms became my target zone. Soccer moms.
Moms.
Yeah, because they drive a lot of the healthcare in the family. So
I've noticed that there's a soccer mom phenomenon here. That's something I want to talk about as we tie into this. Soccer moms know the chorus to most rap songs. Like if you're in the minivan with the soccer mom, they know the chorus to a Bieber song. They'll know the chorus to like a Flo Rida song. They don't know the artists, but they, as a group, they know the chorus.
Oh, yeah.
And when you hear, you'll be at an NBA game with these people. You'll be in the minivan. Now that we have 5 kids, I've just started noticing this phenomenon. None of them, they don't know any of the artists. And if you ever tell them what the words say to the songs, they go, that is terrible.
Oh my gosh.
that's horrible.
But they know the chorus, and they will sing that chorus, and that's just something soccer moms do. That's your target audience.
That's my target. That's my sweet spot.
Okay. So now I will just another example here for you. We have a wedding photography business called Epic Photos Tulsa. And what we discovered is that the only people, this is shocking.
Okay.
The only people who are booking our wedding photography service are people getting married, and specifically women. I'm convinced that if there was no women, if it was up to men, if the women weren't in charge of playing this whole wedding game, the guys would just want to shake hands, slap a ring on it, let's move on. But the ladies, they're like, well, I just want to know, do your photographers have the ability to capture the light? Because my venue at 527 in October, the lighting's perfect, and I just want to get that. And the guys are like, now what day was it again, babe? I mean, was it?
What do I got to wear?
Do I got to wear them? And now October? I mean, I'm pretty sure. And she's like, no, seriously, Michael, pay attention. Pay attention. Oh yeah. Where are we gonna eat? I mean, you guys gonna have some food here? I mean, but we decided to stop focusing on marketing to dudes. And I'm being totally serious. I started a company called DJconnection.com. It was a DJ entertainment company. And before we sold that thing, we were doing almost 4,000 events a year. And when I started out of my dorm room, do you know who I marketed to, Josh?
Who'd you market to?
Dudes.
What?
Yeah, it's so dumb now. I'm like, why would I do that? But the thing was, I knew dudes. I was a dude. And I thought, I'll just market my wedding entertainment services to dudes. And even guys who are getting married are still the most apathetic people in the world about their own wedding. They're like, man, whatever. I mean, I'd be like, seriously, you should use us. We're the best entertainment. Well, shoot, man. Just
you play boot, scoot, and buggy.
Yeah, and you'd ask them like, now what? Now the brides are like, now at 10:52, I want to be introduced, and then at 11 o'clock, my bridesmaids are walking in. Now my friend Sherry, no one knows, but we've choreographed the dance together, and we're all going to be coming in, wishing and hoping. We've all choreographed it. It's going to be awesome. And then the guys are like, well, I just, where is it again? And every time it was that experience. So I quit marketing to dudes, and then we started winning the game. So I'm just saying, if you're listening to this right now, are you marketing to soccer moms, dudes, Kat? Who are you marketing to? Who loves Barbie cookies? Who really loves them?
Cookie lovers, Clay.
Cookie lovers?
Cookie lovers. But honestly, at Barbie Cookies, we celebrate life with people. So if you're celebrating anything, business relationships, birthdays, retirement, holidays.
Rocky 17 coming out.
Rocky 17, that's exactly right. So most people celebrate something throughout the year. So I would have to say everyone's my target market.
Boom. Coming up after the break, we're going to continue to talk about identifying your ideal and likely buyers. Listen, if you want to build a booming business, we'll show you the exact and proven steps you need to take to succeed. We have so many Thrive Nation success stories, and we want to add your name to the list of prosperous thrivers. Find this show and all Thrive15.com podcasts at ThriveTimeShow.com. We'll be right back.
For the professional-looking man out there, this is for you. Are you tired of waiting for hours in disorganized barbershops around town? Are you maybe looking for an upscale haircut experience instead of being treated like a little kid? If either of these thoughts crossed your mind, then Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is for you. The Elephant in the Room Men's Grooming Lounge is proud to offer a variety of packages and memberships for discerning men and regular customers who wish to maintain their tailored look while receiving discounts off of services and products. They're going to bring you in, they'll offer you a beverage, identify your style that you're going for, get you a tailored haircut from one of the professional stylists, wash your hair, and then style it afterwards so you could even go back to work. The experience is awesome. They even do cool things for members like a free nape shave on Mondays or a peppermint oil scalp massage on Tuesday. Check out one of the locations near you and book an appointment. You can check them out at eitrlounge.com or just dial 918-877-2219. Seriously, you're going to love it. 918-877-2219 or visit eitrlounge.com to book an appointment today.
All right, we're going to finish up hour one here on the Thrive Time Show. It's the business school without the BS here with the greatest business coach I know, Mr. Clay Clark.
Really, the most humble is how I prefer to.
You totally are.
You refer to just if you'd refer to me as the most humble, just for the rest of this episode.
The most humble man I know.
Yeah,
it's Clay Clark. Also, Dr. Z, who helps me with my eyes every day.
Every single
just
day.
by looking at you, they feel
Come
better.
on, baby.
Also, we got Kat Graham over here from Barbie Cookies.
Hey there, Josh.
Oh, it's so good to have you in the studio today.
Thank you.
Okay, now...
and Josh, don't
I'm so
forget to
sorry.
talk about the Magic Mouth
Yeah,
Merrill.
it's me.
Come on.
It's me, Josh Merrill here. We're talking about how to sell more products and services. We're on step 1. You must identify your ideal and likely buyers, Clay.
Yeah, well, here's the deal, is that we ultimately have to focus like a laser on our ideal. Doesn't mean that you're going to turn people away and go, hey, dude who wants to book your DJ for the wedding. Hey, non-ideal customer, go away. We don't want you. We just want it's just ideal is you only have, if everybody had $10 million a month to spend on advertising, maybe you market to the whole world. But a lot of small business owners, you have a limited budget, limited resources. You have to focus like a laser beam. And so again, I just ask you before we move into step 2 right now is who are your ideal and likely buyers? And I want to read a notable quotable here from Gino Wickman. His book Traction is phenomenal, but he says, a problem for most companies is that they take a buckshot approach to sales and marketing. By defining your target market and creating the list, you're abandoning the shotgun approach for the rifle. And as a result, your sales and marketing efforts will be much more efficient. So Z, I want to ask you this because you've worked with a bank and you've worked with, you own a fabulously large and ever-growing auto auction. Who are your ideal and likely buyers at the auto auction? We know you market to soccer moms with the optometry clinic, but who do you market to with the auto auction?
Well, that's a good question. We market to auto dealers. And
Okay.
So that's a list that you can gain. We get the list from all the states around us because we're now a regional market. And so we can rifle target. We can be very specific in targeting guys that have an auto dealership. Have an auto dealer's license.
Have you ever thought about marketing to the German auto dealer market? Ever thought about that? Put all your ads in German.
I thought about it because I do like, who doesn't like bratwurst?
That's true.
And
David
Lederhosen
Hasselhoff.
and Oktoberfest.
And-
These are all great things.
Yeah.
Guten Tag, Herr Fräulein.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean this though, and I'm just kind of joking, but I'm being serious, is that if you run an ad that's in German and you run it with this whole Oktoberfest theme, it might resonate with the German out there who's a member of the German American Society and he just is excited about buying cars, but the mass audience you're focusing on, it wouldn't resonate. However, I do know there are business owners right here in Tulsa. I know of one gentleman in particular, he sells insurance and he focuses entirely on the bilingual insurance market. That's his niche. He says, I sell insurance to anybody, but my niche is the bilingual people who speak Spanish because I speak Spanish and I know it's an underserved market and I don't have the money to go for everybody. So I'm going to focus on them. And he does targeting ads on Facebook that just run to people who speak Spanish. You can click the little button, English or Spanish. He chooses Spanish. He only does mailers in certain areas where they live. He only does, everything about it is very targeted. And all I'm saying is that kind of target allows a small business. It's like shooting with a rifle. And it allows you to be very, very effective with a limited amount of marketing dollars being shot at your target audience. So there we go.
Boom. We're going to move on to step number 2.
Ooh.
Step number 2.
Foo. Whoa.
Step number 2. Find your niche.
Okay, find your niche. Now, you must identify your 3 differentiated benefits. So I'm going to get into this. So when you have a niche, you have to figure out what are the 3 differentiated benefits that you do that no one else does. So let me give an example, then I'm going to turn it over to Z here. But here we go. Is Sam Walton in his book called Made in America. He writes about this so eloquently. And I read it. I told my wife, I'm like, I can't believe he just wrote this. But he has a chapter in his book, and towards the end of the book, he's talking about how to compete with Walmart. He says, I'm all about entrepreneurship and helping the next line of entrepreneurs, the next group, next generation. And he says, people ask me all the time, is Walmart a monopoly? And he goes, no. Walmart, we specialize in carrying the most number of products in the most popular categories and sizes. We want to have the deepest discounts on the products that most people want. And he says, so if I wanted to compete with Walmart, I would open up a sporting goods store right next to us, and I would carry all of the kinds of bats, baseballs, gloves, cleats, all the hockey equipment, all the basketball equipment, the stuff that's in the not most sized stuff. And he's like, then I would just make a killing, because people would go to Walmart, they would walk in and ask for the catcher's mitt or the specialty glove, and we wouldn't have it, and they would walk next door and they would buy it there. And if you've noticed, like Batteries Plus is a store that sells just batteries, and they're located next to every Walmart, because Walmart doesn't carry the battery. And you go, well, gosh, I want that battery. Where can I get it? And you just go next door. So it's knowing your niche. And so Z, I want to ask you, with your optometry clinic, kind of what are your 3 big benefits that you guys do there that really no other optometrist does?
Well, I've never made an ad that didn't talk about value. Value is my lead thing.
Value.
So, value, I package deals. You can get 2 pair for this. You can get a pair of this, pair of that. And so value, if you listen to any of my radio ads or any of my ads, I always have value in there. Everything in print always had value. Number 2 is convenience. We really strive convenience. We're open 7 days a week. We take walk-ins. We're open a little later than some.
7 days a week?
7 days a week.
That was a sacred cow. Nobody previous to you was open.
I wish I had moved. Holy cow. Oh, there it is. Hey.
I mean, did anybody have, before you opened up 7 days, were there any other optometrists in Tulsa doing that?
I don't believe so.
But if there was, it wasn't common.
Yes. I mean, I didn't know about it. But so we were open 7 days a week.
Okay.
And my number 3 is I want when people come in, I want to have all the latest technology. So, I don't lead with latest technology. I don't lead with convenience. I lead with value.
Okay, value.
And then we follow it up with convenience.
Convenience.
So we have a drive-through window. So all the soccer moms I'm targeting, right, can actually drive up and say, I need Susie's box of contacts that I called in, and they hand them to the window and you do a transaction. And then number 3 is I want to have the latest technology.
Ooh. Now, Kat Barbie here with Barbie Cookies. Unbelievable, growing, fast-growing cookie business. What are your big 3?
My big 3, Clay, would have to be consistency with my product.
Consistency is always good.
We have about 25 different types of cookies at Barbie Cookies, and we want them to taste exactly the way they should. So just that consistency with my product. I love the fact that we have great product packaging. So when people need a great gift, they're going to come to Barbie Cookies. They're going to count on great quality cookies in a beautiful package. So when they take that to their neighbor next door, to a business client, or to Susie's birthday party, they're going to feel proud about that beautiful package. It's a gift in every bite.
I will speak to that. I know neurologists, doctors, dentists, lawyers, people that give your products as gifts all the time. It's unbelievable stuff. You can find it at barbiecookies.com. What's your third kind of thing that you do that separates you from all the other cookie makers in the town?
Great flavor. Great flavor. We talked about Haley's Heavenly Cinnamon Roll Cookie earlier.
Yeah, we just got talking about it.
It's just, it truly is amazing. So I'm going to have to say great flavor.
Good flavor. Josh, I'm getting hungrier minute by minute, hour by hour here. Just I can't handle the rest of this program. I just want to eat this microphone.
I got to try one of these cinnamon cookies.
It's the end of hour 1 here on the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ, and we're about to go eat a bunch of cookies. And while we're doing that, you can go to thrive15.com and get all the answers to all the business questions that you've ever had. I guarantee it. Also, you want to find some more podcasts that we've made on business training, just go to the thrivetimeshow.com. That's thrivetimeshow.com. We'll be back for hour number 2.
Okay, managing your money has not been easier. Mint.com is the solution to ambiguous and blind money management. You can effortlessly create budgets that are easy to stick to, or even use one that they make for you. Design budgets that are appropriate for now and put you in position to succeed in the future. Get notifications for weird account charges and receive personalized tips for eliminating fees and saving more money. Check your credit with a free credit score and explore what you can do to improve it to be able to purchase the things things that you really want later. Link up the app on your phone, and money management on the go has never been easier. You can even link up your portfolio accounts so you can see your bank accounts and stock values side by side. Mint.com, you got to go check it out, and you can sign up for free. Again, that's mint.com, mint.com. Go sign up right now. It's definitely a game changer for money management.
Welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on 1170 KFAQ. Josh Merrill here. This is the business school without the BS, joined by three amazing people today. We've got America's best business coach and most beautiful man. It's Mr. Clay Clark.
You are a great American and a testament to Americanism.
Yeah, also a great Tulsan. Love Tulsa.
Wow.
And Little Reesers. We've also got Dr. Z over there, Mr. Robert Zoellner.
Hey, what's up?
Doing awesome. You look great today, by the way.
Oh, you're a fine man.
And our special guest today, it's Kat Graham from Barbie Cookies.
Hey there, Josh.
The best cookies in Tulsa, might I add.
Thank you, sir.
We're talking about how to sell more products and services. We've got 4 steps for you today that are going to help you do that. Step number 1, we've already gone through 2 steps of them. Step number 1 was you must identify your ideal and likely buyers. Step number 2 was find your niche.
Find your niche.
Find your niche.
Watch your mouth.
And now we're on step number 3, create your duplicable
Yes.
and proven create a duplicable. Oh boy,
I think it's a duplicable.
That's what I've been saying.
And proven process.
Yeah.
But it's one of those like tongue twister words. You have to be very, very careful of even just looking at it.
Notes. Step 3, create your duplicable
Wow.
and proven processes.
I think he got it.
Yeah, beautiful.
Working on it.
Beautiful.
Good job.
Now here's the thing is, I had a real problem with my DJ company. I first started this company. My first business was an entertainment business. And what I found was that I was a horrible DJ for like several months, almost a year, where I would just go out there and I would show up at your wedding and I would do my best, but I would not put a linen down on a table and I would not have the songs you wanted and I would not exactly hit the cues and I was just there. Let me tell you what, no matter what music you wanted, I'm going to go rap.
Did you, is that when you were still wearing your earrings?
I was.
Oh, that's nice. That's a nice touch.
Well, I'm saying I would go to the wedding, and no matter what the groove was, the guy would come up and go, "Hey, man, we'd like some country and western tonight. We don't play a little bit of Kenny Chesney maybe." And I'm like, "Okay, absolutely." And no matter what they requested, I would eventually navigate to rap.
Ice Baby.
Every
Just
time.
bam.
Yeah, and I just wanted to keep it.
What was your go-to rap song when you started off?
When I started off, just so we're clear, there's 3 songs that get soccer moms on the dance floor. Even right now, they do it. But
Yeah.
Usher, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And everyone's like, yeah, that works. And then Baby Got Back. It's like when moms had 2 glasses of wine. She's like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't, but they run out there and they do every time. And then Ice Baby.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. Ice Baby. Yeah.
That's the big 3. That's kind of the triumvirate, if you will.
The triangle.
Yeah.
Excellence.
Now, here's once I finally got my crap together and I finally quit, I feel bad. Jeff Ramsey, if you're listening, I know you are. I love you. And you know that we've had to work through that pain as I just mangled your dance party. But anyway, so Jeff, we've become buddies now. But the thing is that then I started to become good and people would book me. And they would book me. They would say, could you DJ my party and my friend's party and my friends? But it was not a system that was something we could duplicate. Nobody else could do it outside of me. And so then I found myself, and I'm not exaggerating, for like 4 years, every Saturday, every Friday, every Sunday, every holiday, with the exception of Christmas, I think, for like 4 years, I DJ'd. I think it was like almost 270 events a year, 260 a year. Every night I was somewhere. And it was awesome. I was the Holiday Inn Select. I was there.
Fine place.
Love it.
The Yucatan Liquor Stand. I was there.
I remember that.
Cronies. Club Millennium. I was at all the. Come on, you never been there?
Not allowed to go.
I was a big deal at Club Millennium. It was awesome. If you were like between the ages of 16 and 20, that was the spot. And you would just get anyway. The thing is that you have to eventually build a duplicable system. Otherwise, you're not going to grow. You're going to be stuck. And so Z, I've never seen somebody do this better in the optometry field than you. It's because, there's only so many of these patients you can see yourself. And so I want to ask you, what was the first thing that you began to duplicate after you realized, oh no, I've built a machine here and my name's on that sign, Dr. Z's. What was the first thing you had to duplicate? What was that first thing you were able to delegate and duplicate? What was that first thing?
Well, I'm trying to think. That's a very good question. It's probably the dispensing part of it. Whenever I first started off, it was me and one employee, two of us.
Yeah.
And so she basically managed the front desk, if you will, answering phones and whatnot. And then I would actually call the patients, bring them back, and do all the what we call pre-testing in my business, and then the exam, and then also even the dispensing. I mean, I did it all back then. And so the first thing was probably the pre-testing. In other words, have someone kind of set the patient up so that when I walked in the room, some of the testing was already done and the patient was already, the can was kicked a little further down the road. So
now, when you made your first checklist, I'm sure that you didn't have enough detail in it, and I'm sure that you had a few mistakes along the way before you built it. So how detailed did you end up having to make that checklist before you could finally duplicate it in a way that was scalable or consistent?
Very, very detailed. I mean, so much as this line marks up with this part of the eye, this forehead, has to touch this sensor. I mean, the chin has to go here. You have to raise or lower the height to this exact level. I mean, you have to get really, because it's a medical exam on the eye. And so you have to, especially in those when you have people that are your assistants that are, taking those. It's kind of like, if you're a physician and you have your nurse weighing people, you've got to make sure that they're doing it correctly.
Yeah.
Because the weight matters whenever you're evaluating somebody.
Well, with the DJ business, which is really, I mean, if you think about medical profession, I think I'm right above the medical profession in terms of just importance.
Importance, yeah.
DJing, entertainment is right. I mean, just right at one of the
DJs are just right above doctors.
You're right above that. Yeah, we're a doctor of the mix, man.
Yeah.
We're a slave to the groove. We're stuck in that groove. But the thing was, I remember that I would let my DJs DJ, and I would go to the parties, and there's a white people phenomenon that we all, as a group of Caucasians, we have to work through this. But when the beat changes, we don't know what to do. So you'll be out there dancing, and it's like Billie Jean, and then it's just they're playing Billie Jean. Everybody kind of get the sound, Billie Jean is not my love, and then all of a sudden the song changes, and white people were like, I don't know what to do right now. I'll be out here, man. I'll just try to figure that out. I'll be right back, And then we hear a new beat, and we're going, Kiss, and then we hear Prince, and then we're all of a sudden we're like, and then it takes us about a half a song to get back into the rhythm, and we're being coached out there by anybody with rhythm. There's usually one of our white friends who can dance, but that's it.
Yeah.
And we get coached, and I realized, but you know what? In the DJ world, I won't go over too big of a rabbit trail, but Billie Jean can be beat matched. The two beats can intertwine as though it's one song. Rapper's delight. So hip, hop, hibby to the hip. That can beat match into Billie Jean, and it fits perfectly. So I made a checklist of the songs to play in order. And so people would stay in the groove.
Ooh.
And then people would comment,
wow.
Oh my gosh, the DJ just kept playing the hits. Because I sat down and went over every song in order. And then I started realizing that when you announce somebody's first dance, there's two ways to do it. One is, ladies and gentlemen, up next, the couple's first dance. And no one hears it. So I had to script it out and put it on an actual script. And every DJ had a script behind the booth, and he'd say, ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, our beautiful bride and that handsome groom. They're going to have their first dance together as newlyweds. By now, folks, by round of applause, who here thinks that the bride is looking gorgeous this evening? And everyone's like, ah! All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's hear it for the beautiful bride and the handsome groom, their first dance. And everyone would go, oh my gosh, your DJs were so good. Well, I scripted that out. I mean, this is step by step. And so no matter what kind of business you have, ask yourself right now, what is the biggest limiting membrane, the biggest limiting factor? What is the thing where you're stuck and you have to duplicate that? So as you create these duplicable systems, there are two super moves, okay? So one is you want to illustrate on a whiteboard. You want to write out on a whiteboard the major steps in your process, and you want to name each step. You want to name each step. So Z, you called that little front desk area. What would you call that thing when you would greet the patient? And what was that called?
Pre-testing is after they greet. So.
Pre-testing was after the greet.
Yeah.
So you first delegated pre-testing.
Correct.
And then you went back, and what was the next thing that you delegated or began to make duplicable?
Dispensing.
Dispensing?
Dispensing.
What is that?
That is where someone is finished with their exam and they say, I want to try contact lenses today.
Oh.
And so then there's this whole process of them going out to the contact lens area, sitting down, discussing with the person, looking at the prescription the doctor wrote, and then getting some contacts and then teaching them how to put them in and out, you know? So that's dispensing. And then there's frames dispensing too, going out and picking out frames and then, adjusting the frames, the whole process, getting the frames, the right prescription in there. When I say dispensing, there's two areas of dispensing in optometry: contact lenses and glasses.
When you teach people how to dispense the frames and teach people how to help somebody find the right frames, do you have to teach them what kind of language to use and what to say to the customer, or how to make them feel, let the customer feel confident about their purchase? Did you have to script all that out too?
Yeah, and you have to talk to them about, trying to, what's the right, how can I say this properly? Trying to lead them down the path.
Lead them down the path. That's how I would say it properly.
Yes.
Lead them down the path.
Lead them down the path. So you walk them down this path, and a lot of the times they think that they are, I use this little game that I played, and basically I know what the final card's going to be, and so I act like I in an office meeting, I'll say, hey, look, I've got 4 jacks, 4 queens, and 4 kings. Okay. And then I'll say, Josh, pick pick one of the 4. You want jacks, queens, or kings?
Jacks.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, Clay, there's queens and kings left over. You pick one of those.
Queens.
Okay, thank you. Now, Kat.
Yes.
There's 2 red queens and 2 black queens. Which would you pick?
Red.
Okay, very good. And Josh, there's the queen of diamonds and the queen of hearts. Which one are you going to pick?
The hearts.
Of course, and I've turned over, but I'd already written down the queen of hearts.
What?
How does that happen?
He's always so amazing.
Copperfield.
Like a magic show every week.
Yeah. So what you're doing is you are walking them down the path of the questions to the item that you know is going to be best for them, and yet you want them to feel like that they picked it out. Oof.
Boom. Wow. Coming up after the break, guys, we're going to be talking about how to sell more products and more services. We're going to hit step 4, creating your guarantee. You are not going to want to miss it on 1170 KFAQ Thrive Time Show. Listen, you got any business questions, go to thrive15.com. We will answer every one of your business questions, guaranteed.
Every time.
Every time.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Every time.
Laying with the queen of hearts.
Laying with the queen of hearts.
This show's episode is brought to you by Moz.com. If you have ever considered the World Wide Web as a viable strategy for your business, you gotta check out this tool. Online marketing is complicated, but Moz software makes it easy. Companies like 99 Designs, Otterbox, and Aaron's, they all use Moz because it works. Explore organic search keywords for your business, research Bing and Google search results for your targeted keywords, and link up Moz Local and Google My Business. Seriously, this tool is crazy powerful with the clarity it brings to online marketing for your business. Even if you're just curious, start a 30-day trial with Moz.com today. It's a game changer for your business. Moz.com, MOZ.com.
All right, you're listening to the Thrive Time Show here on 1170 KFAQ. This is the business school without the BS. Today, we're joined by America's best business coach, Clay Clark.
You just, if people could see how good you look right now, they would probably wish this was a video program.
Yeah, well, there's lots of videos out there with me on it, so go check it out.
Okay.
Also, Dr. Z.
That's right. I'd like to shout out to the Tigers of Ardmore. Thanks for listening, all of you folks down in Ardmore.
Ardmore. Wow. And from Barbie Cookies, it's Kat Graham.
Hey there, Josh.
Tulsa's best cookies.
Woohoo!
Boom. So we're talking about how to sell more products and services, which I think every business owner, they want to do that, correct?
Absolutely. I will tell you, what we want to do is we want to sell more products and services, but what happens is we eventually get stuck. We begin to run into this thing John Maxwell wrote so eloquently about in the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership.
Irrefutable.
Irrefutable. You can't refute it. He calls it the law of the lid. But basically, you can't grow anymore because you don't know anymore about how to build systems. You want to grow, and you're just passionately, and I'm going to ask you this, Kat, before we go back to you, Z. I want to ask you this because when you found out that people liked your cookies, you were a school teacher full-time, right?
That's right.
And when did you finally go, okay, I'm making the jump from making some cookies in my kitchen for my friends to a full-time, let's do this business.
Sure.
When was that? Do you remember when that was?
Absolutely. It was 2010, and a friend of mine asked if I had a website. And I said, no, I don't have a website because I don't have a commercial kitchen. And I don't have a commercial kitchen because I don't have a website.
Yeah.
And so she said, well, let me work on that. And within a week, we became partners, and we leased a bakery, and then ended up building one and opened it up July of 2010. So that's where we started.
6-year anniversary.
That's right.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Z.
Happy
It's exciting.
anniversary.
Thank you, sir. I
Unbelievable.
appreciate it.
So here's the deal. So when did you get to a point where you said, uh-oh? Every business owner has that time where you go, uh-oh, and people say, what's the deal? And you go, I'm selling more than I can make.
Sure.
You got that panic,
Absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
not able to keep up with,
Yes.
uh-oh. When did you have the moment where do you remember where you were or what that time was when you went, uh-oh?
Well, it was pretty soon after we opened the business. And so I started recruiting friends and family and teaching them how to bake.
So what was the first thing that you began to delegate into a duplicable system? What was the first thing where you said, you know what? I ain't got time for that. I'm too busy over here making the cookies, so I'm going to delegate answering the phone. Or maybe I'm a phone genius and I'm going to delegate making the cookies. Or what was the first thing you began to really delegate?
I would say actually the baking. I had to get some help fast.
Really?
Yes.
And what kind of geniuses did you bring in right away? Because usually it's like our cousin, my neighbor,
That's exactly right.
anybody you can find. People have a pulse. I'm like, do you have a pulse?
That's exactly right. And Clay, I checked out some local schools. I'm thinking, well, we've got some people graduating with culinary arts degrees,
Yeah,
so
culinary
I'm going to
arts.
start there. And that didn't work out so well. So
Why?
Because people sometimes will say they can bake, but that's not always true. Assume nothing.
I believe there's a lot of people coming in going, hey, I'm a culinary artist, and I don't make the cookies that way. I make them how I feel.
No. I just needed some people that could follow some directions, and they were willing to learn. So that's what I
Very
did.
coachable.
They're absolutely very coachable. So then I realized that if I just told them what to do each time, there are a lot of steps, and so it's very easy to skip a step. So everything had to be written down.
So Thrivers, on step 3 here, again, just to repeat, you want to create that duplicable and proven process, but the super moves underneath that you have to do. You need to illustrate on a whiteboard what are the specific steps in the process. You want to name each step. And then the super move number 2 is you want to work with a graphic designer or your pen. A graphic designer or your pen or a spreadsheet or something, but you want to create the major steps into like a diagram. It's into a visual that's based with your company's logo and your colors. But you have to create a visual, because otherwise you're taking this thought. You got to turn your thought into a thing. Otherwise you're just still talking about the abstract. And I was so frustrated at myself as a DJ, because I used to tell the guys, I said, guys, when you answer that phone, I need you to answer that phone like it's it's your sister calling to tell you that she's engaged. Because people are calling and they're excited. And when you answer that phone, I need you to answer it. And they would say, what specific words do I say? And I remember going, it doesn't matter the specific words. What matters is that you answer it like it's your sister calling to tell you that she's engaged. And then so I remember I mystery shopped myself, and this guy goes, boop, 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 DJ connection. And I'm like, Garrett, this is somebody's fiance calling. This is not how you're supposed to answer. He's like, okay, bro, how do you want me to do it? And I said, just be enthusiastic. So a mystery shop again. Boop, 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 boop. DJ connection, what's up? And I'm like, no, that's not. And so I was like, are people stupid? People are stupid. And Garrett, bless his heart, he's a high school graduate. He's never been around a wedding, probably never been to a wedding. He's just like, I don't know what you want. And so I began to script it where we said, thank you for calling DJ Connection. This is the amazing DJ, and then whatever your name was. And people would say, how can I make your day great? And I realized, wow, if I script it, the results are better. So Z, I want to ask you, once you began to build some of these systems and you began to delegate a few of these systems where now you can see the patients, but someone else is greeting the patients and somebody else is prepping the patients and helping them find their eyewear and dispensing, we called it dispensing, finding the contacts and finding the glasses. What was the next biggest limiting factor for you? What was the next biggest limiting membrane in your optometry empire?
Well, getting doctors. Hiring more doctors.
Really?
Yeah, because if it was just all I can see, I've got 2 locations now, and I can't be at both at the same time.
What?
I know, I tried.
There's the whole cloning deal, bro. You should look into it. It's awesome.
Try to fax myself, but that hurt. I just don't. I do not try to fax yourself. But so hiring doctors and then teaching those doctors how to give an eye exam as close as I would give one. And then also trying to instill a little bit of enthusiasm in them and some fun in them. Duplicating that was probably the next hardest thing.
Did you ever have that doctor who would kind of mentally cue up that music in his mind and he would sit down and talk to that patient for a good hour? You're trying to, see 50 patients a day, and he's just like, so, where are you from? What's wrong with your eyes today? How can I help you smile and look great and see great and see your reflection in that mirror? And you're out there going, would you just come on?
We could just do the steps.
And he's just like, now, so, Zoellner. How do you spell Zoellner? And you're going, you gotta see the lines building up there on the door. People are lining up. Yeah. You're running ads, and he's just...
Yeah, he's got the door barricaded. I can't get in to get him out of there.
Martha. I think I know a Martha.
I think I want to know you, Martha.
Did you ever have that problem where you had to script out the process?
Yeah, and I actually had one doctor that was so fast. He was giving such a poor exam. I told him one time, this true story. I said, listen, you're going to go in that exam room right now, and I'm going to stand outside this door. And if you walk out of that door in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to fire you. I don't care if you're in there and you're playing, tic-tac-toe with them.
So here's what's in his room. He's in that room, and he's just like, all right, we got to let it whip. Hello, I'm your doctor. What's wrong with your face? Let me help you fix those eyes.
All right, let's move along.
Let me fix those oculars. All right, we're done. Moving on.
Yeah.
It's just...
He walked out of that room so quickly, I looked at him, I said, you've got to be kidding me.
He's like a club DJ you hired. And he's just all right, up next, folks, we're going to be seeing someone else's eyes, but not yours, because we're done.
Because we're done. Yeah, it was just horrible. It was just a bad impression for the office. It was ultimately my license was on the line. I had to get rid of him, quicker than quick.
And then the other office, you got the guy, so it's been 2 hours we've been here. I'm seeing what I'm believing.
Are you sure one was better than 2? Let's see that again.
Let's see that again. Can you see this now better now or worse?
We're circling back around to that first one. Yeah, so there's a happy medium in there, and there's a way that you got to duplicate yourself to where...
Can you see better now or worse?
You know what? I think you could be one of my doctors. Josh, let's start calling him Dr. Clay.
Dr. Clay.
Dr. Clay.
We got Dr. Clay here on 1170 KFAQ. Keep that running. Keep that playing. Thank you very much. 1170 KFAQ Thrive Time. Hey, when we come back, we are going to continue to tell you how to sell more products and services. We're going to hit step 4 at some point. Create your guarantee. You got to come back, finish the process with us. 1170 KFAQ Thrive Time Show.
George Michael.
Are you looking to start or grow a business? Then you are definitely going to have problems and questions along the way. You will find the answers to all of your business questions at Thrive15.com. Thrive15.com provides online video-based business training taught by millionaires and successful entrepreneurs for less than $1 per day. That's less than your daily coffee budget. It's no classrooms, no get-rich-quick seminars. These are trainings broken into 15-minute segments that get you the answers that you need. It's business school without the BS. I dare you to try a 7-day free trial. Simply go to thrive15.com, and the first 100 people will also receive a free downloadable for how to optimize your website. So stop wasting your time and money. Go to thrive15.com and get your business questions answered now.
All right, Tulsa, we're back here on the Thrive Time Show. Josh Merrill here with the business coaching guru himself, Mr. Clay Clark.
Man, I'm telling you what, I'm seeing 2020 and I'm liking what I'm seeing when I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying?
Love it. Dr. Z over here in the house.
What's up, Josh? Hey, I wanted to shout out to Fayetteville, Arkansas. Thanks for listening, Fayetteville.
All you Razorbacks.
Swoo pig or something like that.
It's one of those.
Ooh-wee.
Is that it?
There it is.
Big.
That's the voice of Cat Graham over there.
Wow.
From Barbie Cookies. Best cookies in Tulsa and in America. I said it. I went there.
Thanks, Josh.
Otis Spunkmeyer, you got nothing on Barbie Cookies.
Yeah.
We're talking about how to sell your products, or how to sell more products.
Yeah, we want to teach.
You got to know how to sell your products, but how to sell more products and services.
Well, what happens is anybody listening to this, there's two games going on. Game number one is, can I make something that the world will buy? And we work so hard to convince the world to buy our thing. And there's half the people listening to this right now, and you've got a degree, you went to school, you're an architect, you're a lawyer, you're maybe you invested a ton of money into an auto repair place, and you don't have any customers. And then there's other people who have so many customers, but you have no time freedom. Because when you own a business, there's 3 reasons to own the business. One is it's time freedom.
Uh-huh.
2 is it's financial freedom.
Oh, yeah.
And the 3rd is you want to be able to pursue your passions. And if you've built a business where you're locked in it because you can't delegate or build these duplicable systems, that's kind of a bad place to be. But let's assume you've now learned how, step 3, you've learned how to duplicate, you've learned how to build these systems. That's in the past. The business is now growing, but now we're on step 4. And we have to figure out how to create your guarantee. You have to figure out how to create your guarantee. And some people say the word guarantee is very, very scary. You know, I hear a lot of business owners go, well, if I guarantee it, what if they actually sue me? Well, but when you guarantee, what if your word was your bond? Wow. What if you're somebody who actually lived up to a promise? You know, what if you're one of these weird people who says, I'm going to do something that I want to do what I said I'm going to do. What if you're that kind of weird, sick freak?
That's just crazy talk.
That's crazy talk. So I'm going to give you some examples of some of these crazy people just talking crazy. I'm going to go and cue up my music because I want to get to this place of just I want to, So here we go. Quick Trip guarantees their gasoline. Domino's, 30-minute delivery, or it's free. Free? I know you ordered it from 45 minutes away trying to see if they would pay out, but they're going to pay out. They're going to take care of you. It's Domino's. Federal Express, you can count on it, the reliability. You can set your life by it. Now, the next one we got here is LL Bean. Their products are guaranteed to give 100% satisfaction in every way.
Every way.
Land's End, our products are guaranteed to give you 100% satisfaction. Costco, 100% satisfaction guaranteed, Josh.
Love Costco.
Nordstrom, free shipping, free returns, no minimum purchase required. Nordstrom. Zappos, free shipping of all domestic orders and free prepaid returns.
Great customer service.
Embassy, sweet, it is sweet. If the guests are completely satisfied, and we know you're going to be satisfied, but if you're not
staying there tonight.
You're not gonna have to pay. You don't have to pay. Red Wing shoes. You can buy those shoes, put those shoes on your feet, run around town doing what you do for 30 days, and you can bring them back, and you owe nothing if you're not satisfied. Unbelievable.
Oh, that's wild.
Wow. Are you tired? Wow, you look spent.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to sleep. I bore myself. That's all I got, guys. Sorry. Show's over.
I guarantee you gave it your all on that little part right there. I guarantee that.
I brought the thunder. But the thing is, if you make a guarantee, well, it has 2 major benefits. Benefit 1 is it allows your business to tackle an industry-wide problem and solve it in a memorable way. It essentially gives your customers something that they can count on from like the very beginning. They can count on this. So, Z, I want to ask you, Guarantees. What are some guarantees maybe in your business career that you have? Kind of some guarantees. I'm going to be asking you about your guarantees, flavor guarantees. So let's talk with you, Z. So let's go with you, Z, first. Z, for 500 mega points, what's a guarantee or something that you've, over the years, began to instill in the Zoellner empire where you've said, this is how we do it?
Well, we guarantee that the first was my optometry business. That's kind of the girl that brought me to the dance. And we do a full guarantee on the frames.
Yeah.
If they break, we'll replace them.
No
charge.
I have actually benefited from this because I remember was a young man, right before my wife started working with you, my wife was full disclosure, my wife was the front desk, lady there for a while, and she kind of also blew the puff of air in the eye. She
moved up the ladder pretty far.
What was that thing called when you blow the puff of air in the eye?
It's a glaucoma testing.
Glaucoma testing. My wife was a glaucoma tester.
Wow.
And but the thing is that I had very little money, and I remember buying a pair of glasses for about $200. And as a typical college student would do, I just didn't take care of them. And I bought them and I broke them. And I remember that I didn't have the money to replace them. And I'm blind as a bat without glasses. And I went in and thinking there would be some little catch where I'd have to go see a member of Congress who would go, let me take you over to Moses. And then Moses will talk to the man upstairs and we'll send it back to Congress and we'll sign this petition and then we'll mail you a rebate in 3 years. But what happened was you guys just took care of it.
Yeah.
And it was beautiful.
Why not? When you look at the cost to bring in a new patient, a new client, you break that down, and that you should know that number if you have a business out there. And then the cost to retain one is just it's
no-brainer.
They're already at the door. They're already your customer. Make them happy. I guarantee they're going to be happy. I guarantee they can see clearly and comfortably out of their glasses.
Now, Kat, I want to ask you, what's a guarantee people can expect at Barbie Cookies when they walk in that beautiful store?
It's all about the flavor, Clay. They can rest assured that they're going to get something that tastes great.
I will speak to that too. You go in there and it just always tastes great. Now, let's say hypothetically, if I went in there and bought something and it didn't taste great, what would you do for me? What would happen? I mean, I know it's never happened, but in a unicorn event, what would you do?
Sure. Sincerely apologize and refund their money.
You would, because you guarantee that flavor.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
That's Flavor Talk with Kat
Flavor
Graham.
Talk.
Flavor.
When we come back, we're going to be finishing up Thrive Time. You do not want to miss it because we're going to finish up telling you how to sell more products and services. If you miss this part, you're going to miss everything, Clay.
Your life's going to go down the toilet.
Yeah. Maybe not that far, but you don't want to miss it. Also, Thrive15.com. You got any business questions? Email us at info@Thrive15.com. We'd love to help you out. This is the Thrive Time Show. We'll be right back on 1170 KFAQ.
Right now, how are you taking credit card payments for your business? It's never been faster or easier to begin taking credit card payments for your business than with Square. You know the little white square that plugs into your phone's headphone jack? It's awesome. This payment app is great for businesses such as food trucks, beauty salons, and retail shops. The users receive a small portable card reader that they can attach to a phone or other mobile device to take fast and convenient payments. The way it works is that it subtracts 2.75% of every time a card is run, and it does it automatically. So if you sell a sandwich for $20, you'll see a net gain of $19.45 in your bank account the next day. If you enter the card by hand, it costs 3.5% plus 15 cents on top of that. They encrypt everything so you know you're secure. They make it super clear to start and even offer bonuses for sharing with friends. So you can learn more at squareup.com. It's free to download and works on all devices and operating systems. So make sure that you go visit squareup.com.
All right, T-Town, we are back on the Thrive Time Show. Josh Merrill here with Clay Clark, an amazing business coach.
I'm telling you what, this show, Thrivers, if you could see it on the visual, you would be impressed with the beauty of Josh Merrill.
Thank you. Also, Dr. Z.
What's up, Josh? Hey, the good folks at KFAQ gave me this coverage map.
Wow.
And I'm just thrilled with the coverage that this show is getting. They're listening to us right now in Manhattan, Kansas.
Wow.
A shout out to the good people of Manhattan,
Is that Kansas State up there? Manhattan, Kansas?
We're offended that you don't know, and we're just going to move right on.
I can't believe you asked that, Josh.
Yes.
Also, our special guest all day today has been Kat Graham from
Hey
Barbie
there,
Cookies.
Josh.
Okay, so we're talking about, we're finishing up our talk on how to sell more products and services, Clay.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. And Kat, real quick, where's your store located? The people want to come find Barbie Cookies.
We're at 8393 South Memorial Drive.
And you have it. You want to stay tuned here because Kat has a very special gift for all the listeners here. We're going to get to in just a minute. So you don't want to miss out. It's a very special gift. Let's just say a little hint. If you're hungry, you're definitely going to want to hear this. But anyway, so what we're talking about is the second major benefit, okay, of having a guarantee is it forces all of the people in your organization to deliver on it. And so I'm going to throw myself under the bus for just a second because I want to be transparent with you about my life and what businesses I'm involved in. We promise at the Epic Photography, it's our wedding photography business, we promise a 2-week turnaround time. And there have been some knockout, drag-out, unbelievable, sleepless nights, brand new server, buying stuff, backing up hard drives, editing until 4 a.m, nights that our team has pushed to deliver on that promise. Because when God created the calendar, he did not create it equally for weddings. I mean, everyone wants to get married in June. Everyone wants to get married in May. And so we have tons of weddings on a Saturday. And my team, every year, doesn't matter what team I have, every year they say, can we push it back to like 4 weeks? I'm like, no, it's a 2-week guarantee. We promised a 2-week turnaround time. Every other photographer, including us in the past, offered a nuclear half-life guarantee. Like, we'll get your photos back to you soon. Who here's waited? If you're listening right now, who here's waited on your photos, your wedding photos, for like 6, it's almost like 6 months, maybe 7 months to get the photos back. We do a 2-week turnaround time, guaranteed low prices. We'll beat any price. And sometimes people are like, hey, this guy knows somebody who will do the wedding for $800. Are we going to beat that price? And you know what? We just have our guarantees. That's what we do. But it forces us to deliver and to push and to work harder, to be more innovative. And so, Z, I want to ask you, with the guarantee, thinking about your businesses here, how has offering a guarantee pushed your Zoellner empire to really deliver and pushed you to hold to that service promise guarantee?
Well, you're right. I mean, you just have to do it then. You have to find a way to get it figured out. Like you just said, you had a 2-week window. So sometimes you're up till 4 a.m. What? I got to be up till 4 a.m. to do this?
It's crazy.
I mean, that makes sense. So when you have that atmosphere that you're going to follow through in your guarantees and you're going to have good service, it just filters down through everybody. And then you make the sacrifice. Say, hey, we're going to do it, whatever it takes. If I got to pay you overtime, I'm going to do it. If I have to, lock you in the closet to get it done, I'm going to do it. We're going to make sure it gets done with satisfaction.
Well, now, people listening all across America, other continents. Josh, do we have other people on the coverage map from other planets? Can you tell on the map here?
Yeah, Mars, definitely.
Mars.
Venus, a little too hot.
When you look at the map, it's hard to tell.
That AM signal will bounce around a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I'll say, though. It's your civic duty to get out there and make as much money as possible for your family. I'm telling you, because we live in a great country. You won the lottery by being born here. And you need to go out there and make a lot of money, because you know why? Because you have a 27-year-old who's living with you. He's going back to school. He's going back to school. He's getting his second degree.
Yeah.
And he needs that free college. So you've got to get out there. You've got to make that money because he needs that free college. He can't.
I do.
He's got to get this new tattoo of some sort of tribal mark. He can't afford that if you're not making huge amounts of money. And Kat, you got to pay taxes.
That's right, sir.
You got to spend at least half your money in taxes because there's a lot of people that they're not wanting to work, Kat. So you've got to get out there and work because you got to give half your money away. So anyway, Kat, seriously.
Was that a tangent? Did you go on a tangent?
No, I love America, and I think
it was a slight to moderate tangent.
I love high taxes. I just wish they were higher. I don't understand why Apple would have moved to Ireland. I don't understand why Google would do that.
They're very friendly over there, by the way.
Yeah,
Ireland's one of my favorite places.
Probably for the pubs is why they're going over there. Probably Bono, But anyway, so let me ask you this here: with your guarantee, what is your? I mean, how does you're making sure the flavor is awesome every time push you? What kind of stuff happens behind the scenes at Barbie Cookies?
Yeah, Barbie. I mean, Kat, do you take a bite out of every cookie to double check it? How does that work?
I would definitely do that.
No, I don't, but I do. There is some quality control. So, yes, from time to time, I do sample cookies. Absolutely. But I loved what Dr. Z said, and he was talking about, if you have to pull an all-nighter and it's 4 a.m, the job's not done, you just stick with it until it's done. That's exactly what we do at Barbie Cookies. So if we've got huge orders going out, you stay until the job is done, because when the customer comes the next day, you're not going to say, good news for you, I've got 50% of your order ready for you. So 50% of the people that get to enjoy these cookies will have a great time, but the other 50, they're just going to have to wait.
Well, and I'm just telling you, that's the difference between owning a business. A lot of people listening right here, you own a business or you want to own a business. That's the difference between owning a business and working for a business. When you own a business, you're on a different game. It's a different, and you're not going to have the backup. The backups aren't coming. You're not going to get any assistance. I was shocked when I started growing my DJ business. My parents never called and said, hey, my mom never called and said, honey, listen here, you need to get up this morning. You need to get ready you need to organize and train your DJs. You need to do that because the summer's coming. You need to train the DJs. They never did that. It was like I had to motivate myself. And that is a hard thing to do when it's Wednesday and you've already worked 40 hours. Yeah. So the thing is, Thrivers, you're very busy. I get it. But the big takeaway I want you to have on this point here is you don't get so busy working in the business that you have no time to work on the business. Ooh, and so what I encourage you to do is whenever you're working in the business and it's 2 a.m. and you're like, why do we have to read through all of this because I did it wrong? Take the time. Keep the pen with you. Keep a pen. Keep a notepad. John D. Rockefeller had a famous red notepad or red notebook, and Sam Walton had a famous notebook. And they would keep it in their pocket there, and they would take out their pen, and they would, as soon as they would see a system problem, they would write it on the pad, put the pad in your pocket, and then get back to work. And then the next time you address it, you fix the system. You don't just fix the person doing the system. You fix the system because those people are going to come and they're going to go, they're going to leave, they're going to work with you. Maybe you had a key employee just quit this week. Trust me, I know what that's like. But if you have a system, the system will continue, but the people will come and go. It's very, very important. And as you start to build more and more systems, are you starting to notice the importance? I mean, your company's growing by leaps and bounds. Sure. How important are the systems becoming now?
Absolutely crucial.
I mean, it's a big thing. And so I just want to encourage all the Thrivers out there right now. If you want to take what you're learning today and you want to go, what do I do with this? Like, how do I harness this information? What I'll encourage you to do is go to thrive15.com, and we have downloadable checklist templates. We have system templates, so you're able to get a visual on what we're talking about so you can build the systems that are capable of working without you to give you financial freedom and time freedom. It's all on there on thrive15.com.
How do we get a free Barbie cookie?
How do we get a free Barbie cookie? What do we need to do if I want a free Barbie cookie?
You got to come by the bakery.
And it's got to be your first time?
Absolutely.
First time customers. And where's it located?
Absolutely.
Where's it located?
83rd Memorial, Clay.
83rd Memorial. Come on by. Get yourself a free Barbie cookie. BarbieCookies.com.
Is
Check
there
it
a
out.
magic word they have to say? Other than I want a cookie?
Well, that they heard this radio show on KFAQ. Absolutely.
All right.
Next time on the Thrive Time Show, what are we going to be talking about, Clay?
We're going to teach people specifically how to get to the top of Google. If you're frugal, but you want to get to the top of Google to make copious amounts of money so you can buy the accoutrements and things that your family needs, you aren't going to want to miss out. We will teach you how to make thousands and thousands of more dollars by getting to the top of Google.
This has been another great Thrive Time Show on KFAQ 1170. As always, thrive on.